peace-loving liberals, who are supposedly for human rights and equality, are now happily praising and promoting communism. This is how much the left has shifted, politically speaking. The Democrats of the past who preached peace and love have been replaced by commies and violent fascists. Loony Governor Jerry Brown of California went to China to discuss climate change with one of the worst pollution abusers of all time and had nothing but praise for the communist country. Brown was so impressed, he thinks the United States should emulate communist China. Gee, no thanks, you extremist wacko. From InfoWars. Democratic Governor Jerry Brown of California suggested the United States should emulate the communist Chinese government, heaping praise on a country promoted by the elite as the savior of globalism following the election of President Trump. Brown, who met with Chinese President Xi Jinping in China following President Trump's decision to withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord, praised Xi as a determined man who is building roads and high-speed rail across the world. I met with President Xi for almost an hour. This is a very determined man, Brown said during an interview with MSNBC's Chuck Todd. He's building roads and high-speed rail, and not just in China, but all over the world. Washington can't even build roads and bridges in our own country, much less spreading the American dream all around the world. If we're going to be the great power we all want to be, we're going to have to start rolling up our sleeves, raising some revenue, and getting the job done. Brown also heaped praise on President Xi Jinping's position on global warming, arguing the concept of anthropogenic global warming is not a hoax and agreed upon by a majority of scientists. In terms of climate change, it is an existential threat, Brown said. It is not a hoax. It was not created in China. It is something that the majority, 95% of scientists believe in the science of climate change. We've got to do something. It is life-threatening over a relatively foreseeable amount of time. China has been regularly promoted as the new face of globalism following the election of President Trump. President Xi became the first Chinese president to attend the World Economic Forum, WEF, at Davos, where he expressed his desire to move economic globalization towards greater inclusiveness. In the aftermath of the G20 summit in Hamburg, the communist government's media outlet declared China and Germany the dominant promoters and defenders of globalization. China and Germany both uphold the principle of openness, which has not only made them the beneficiaries of globalization, but also boosted their role as promoters and defenders of globalization, wrote Wands in the Global Times. U.S. President Donald Trump has been implementing the America First strategy and has shown an attitude of skepticism toward globalization.